up, athletes? Welcome back. In October 2021, I did my 200-hour yoga teacher training with one of my mentors, Yogi Aaron, at the Blue Osa in Costa Rica. And when we deactivate our muscles, we set ourselves up for injury. So instead, what we want to do is incorporate muscle activation in some of the training that we do. Now, I incorporate muscle activation before I start my training, and I also, while doing yoga, avoid certain poses where I'm holding them for a long time, deactivating my muscles and stretching them. I've also had Yogi Aaron as a guest on my podcast, Fall in Love with Fitness. So you're going to want to check out that episode, available on Spotify and on iTunes. All right, athletes, today we're going to do a 5-minute killer leg workout. And we're actually going to start with one of the AYAMA poses that Yogi Aaron has taught me. Now, all you're going to need to follow along today is just your mat and then a medium weight pair of dumbbells. This is a wild card workout. We're first going to start with a muscle activation technique. Then we're going to start our workout. And so this wild card workout, I will always give you your first movement. Then you'll check this box above to know what is coming up next. All right, now let's get started. We're actually going to start today on all fours on the mat, and we're going to start with quadruped. So get on all fours here with me. Align the hands directly under the shoulders. Place the knees under the hips. We're going to lift up the left leg. We're going to drop the left hip. We're going to lift up the leg a bit higher. We're going to lift up the right arm, and then we're going to lift them up both. And then we're going to hold here for 6 counts. And now if you have it in you, go ahead and turn just a little bit for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, we're going to stay to the same side. We're going to do 6 times 6 seconds. So lift up the leg, drop up the hip, up, and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go for 4 more. Up, hip down, lift up a little bit higher, and then up maybe with a little bit of a twist. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm sure you feel those glutes. All right, up, drop the hips, lift up a bit higher, and now for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go for 2 more. Up, hip down, leg up, both up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now the last time. I know I'm feeling the burn. I'm telling you, it's going to be a killer legs, but we're activating well. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, now let's switch it to the other side. Right leg up, hip comes down, lift up the leg higher, lift up the arms. Now both up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, up, hip down, up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, let's go. 4 to go. And drop. Left arm up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, break. Halfway. Leg up, hip down, leg up higher, arm up, both up. Maybe add a little bit of a twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. Maybe 2 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, last one. Bringing her home and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, athletes. So that's one that I always do whenever I'm working lower body and I want to protect the low back. Let this be the one thing that you do in every warm-up if you are strapped for time. It just took us a minute or so. All right, athletes, now let's get started today. Our first movement, we're going to work for 45 seconds. We're going to rest for 15 seconds, is going to be a dumbbell swing. So we're going to grab your dumbbells. I like to actually grab maybe one head of the dumbbell. We're going to lean forward and with the hips, and pop the hips forward and then drive the dumbbell up. So about shoulder height, all right? Not higher. So we're going to do that for 45 seconds. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, and go. So now that we've activated the low back, we've activated the glutes, which is one of the best stabilizers and main stabilizers of the low back. We're now able to get into these dumbbell swings or a kettlebell if you have one without worrying about injuring the back, because as we are seated all day, most of the time either driving or at our desk, we have a tendency to deactivate the muscles because that posterior chain is actually on a stretch. If you think about it, it is an elongated position. All right, 10 more seconds.
Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, now go ahead and put your heels under that dumbbell. We're gonna go for a goblet squat. So drive the knees out, drive the hips back. Now, if you have a chair behind you, if you want to sit squat, go for it. Otherwise, in 3, 2, 1, hips back, come all the way down. So quadruped activates the erector spinae group. So all of the muscles in the low back that are responsible for extension and ultimately protecting the spine. But also that little bit of rotation helps us target the multifidus muscles. So it's responsible for rotation in the low back again. Just knowing that not only are we hitting the glutes, which is what you felt during that movement, but incorporating the upper body actually helps us to activate the entire posterior chain. Good work, you got this. Drive those knees out. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and do a single leg deadlift with a back lunge. So go ahead and grab that dumbbell on the right side. You're gonna come in for the deadlift. Come up, put it on the shoulder, and then come up into your lunge. There it is. Now you can either break it up or you can challenge your balance and then try to keep that foot off the floor the whole time. Now, remember that to really work on your balance, just find a spot in front of you, maybe a couple feet in front of you. Just keep your gaze there, lock it in, and you'll notice that when you shift your eyes, that's when you start to lose that balance. So stay here with me. I know you're feeling it. I'm feeling it too. That's it. Good work. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. Switching now to the other side. Remembering that we always have one side that is stronger or more stable than the other side. For me, my right side is always a little bit more wobbly, so I always expect that. Now, remember to keep that chest up. Find that spot on the floor for you. Place that weight right there. And then I invite you, athletes, to really think about whether or not this is the right weight for you today. If you're finding it too easy, well, that's awesome. This is a great opportunity for you to maybe increase the load a little bit. Remember, always protect that low back as you get started. And also another thing that I would suggest is if you have a weighted vest at home, or perhaps your birthday's coming up, holidays coming up, maybe it's time to invest in a little treat for yourself. And break. All right, amazing. Now we're gonna end it up with one of my favorites. If you have a hard time reaching the floor today, go ahead and place your hands on your dumbbells. We're gonna do some buckle unders in 3, 2, 1. Let's go all the way down and then all the way back up. Now, I'm gonna try to increase the speed, and today you're gonna feel this nicely in the quads. Sometimes if your hamstrings are tight, you could definitely feel it behind the knees. However, what's beautiful about this too, thinking about muscle activation, is since we are shortening the anterior muscle, which is the quadricep, it's actually helping us relax the antagonist muscle. So the way that muscle activation works is one muscle shortens during contraction, and in order to do that, the opposite muscle or the antagonist muscle must relax. And so instead of putting it on a forced stretch, because we're trying to protect ourselves through increased flexibility, we actually use the opposite muscle to help us do that. And break. All right, athletes, I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, if you have it in you, repeat one more time or check out the other video I have linked for you at the end of this one to complete today's training. I love to hear from you. So remember to like this video, to share with a friend so you can train together, and then to subscribe if you're new here so that we keep seeing each other every time. All right, now let's go. Refuel, rehydrate, and let's meet up in the next one. You got this.